Hello and welcome to today's YouTube video. I always feel a little bit awkward starting when I'm talking in these YouTube videos because it's like a one-sided conversation with myself. Well, it's not a one-sided conversation. It's just like a delayed two-sided conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I can talk and talk and talk and get no feedback until like when I upload the video, and if someone comments or if someone likes, or like that's like such delayed feedback, you know? But anyways, I thought I had recorded the drawing, this first drawing. I hadn't. That was like an hour of footage, and I just didn't click the record button. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 videos done and just get all the editing done, and then I'm gonna film the voiceover. No, I'm not, because I lost an hour of footage. So this, what was supposed to be 2 videos, is now 1 video. So I drew these little lizards with these little geometric shapes on the back, and that was fun. I used just like a cheap ballpoint pen that was trying to die on me, so I used up the last of its little life to draw these. The first one is a bearded dragon, and then the other kind of lizard I do not know the name of. I'm not a lizard expert. I can attempt to be a lizard expert, but I'm nowhere even close to being at lizard expert status. I hope my mic sounds okay today, because I've been kind of tweaking the settings and tweaking how far I am from the mic to reduce, like, what are they called? Peaks. So I don't blow your eardrums out. I've been working on that. I think I need to get like a pop filter because some of my S's are really like, you know? But I don't know. I'm not an audio expert. I just like drawing, and you know, I want to share that love for the world right now. I got a candle going right now, and I'm sipping on my little cup of coffee. It's a very cozy vibe. I hope you've been having a cozy week. Been having kind of a harder week than you want to be having. What can I say? My grandma went into hospice and passed, so that was been rough on all of us. But, you know, I'm taking just some time for myself to relax, and obviously my goal to publish a YouTube video every week has been completely sidetracked. I am not even, like, when things like that happen, this little stupid, not that it's stupid, it's fun, I have fun making YouTube, but this little side project just is not, you know, the priority. The priority was spending time with my grandma before she passed on. So I spent, you know, some time with her in the hospital, and that was really nice. She was in a great mood because they put her on tons of pain meds. So lots and lots of Percocets for me. And yeah, that's about it. That's been my week. I made a candle that was fun. So I've been doing pottery, been throwing on the wheel, and I've been making little like jars. I've been like hand building the lids after I throw a jar on the wheel. And then I melted down all my like half kind of used up candles into one of my little jars, and it's really cute, and it makes me feel really proud that I made something usable, you know? But I also drew some crows. That's the second drawing I did. And, you know, that was really fun. I've been loving the abstract little doodles lately, but there is something very nice and satisfying about drawing a physical, like actual thing that's representative rather than abstract or non-objective. Like, and then so I'm kind of trying to like think of ways where I can incorporate some of my abstract into my realistic drawings, because right now I feel like I'm either doing like realistic or I'm doing abstract, and there's like no in between. But I'd love to find like some little bit of middle ground where I'm, incorporating those repetitive patterns and shapes and interesting stuff into drawing real things, and kind of finding that unique style. Because I feel like a lot of my drawings, like, I feel like I don't really have a style. Like, if some people, you look at their art, you look at a painting, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so and so's painting. I just know it. I don't even have to look at the little nameplate. I just know it's them, you know? And I just feel like I don't have that kind of style, I just don't have that anything about my work that like you look at it and you just go, that's a Logan, that's a Logan original. But I would love to have something that made you look and say like, that's a Logan, or like, like a Monet, like you look at something and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so, soft, that's so peaceful, that's a Monet. I want someone to, I want to do something similar like that. Not that I want to be like Monet at all. I'm not into that kind of landscape stuff, maybe I could get into it. I'm trying to keep my options open, but like right now, like I look at like Salvador Dali's work and I'm like, that's just like such a defined style, and I love all of, Dali's work. And oh my gosh, I went to the Gregg Museum about a month ago. I might have already mentioned this in a video. And I got to see Elijah and the Chariot, like in person. I went to the Gregg Museum, which is in Raleigh, North Carolina. If you don't know where it is, it's kind of like a small museum. It's on the NC State, like, university campus near the Pullen Park, if you know where that is. And it was super fun to walk around, and they kind of have a few, like, they have like their permanent exhibit, and then they have like basically 3 rotating exhibits that they change out pretty frequently. So it's really fun to go like maybe once a month and just see what's new and then look at what's old, it's really nice to look at something and then like give yourself like some time and some space to like separate yourself from it and then look again, because it's been sitting like in the back, the subconscious of your mind for like a month, and then you can really like see it with new eyes again. You could say like, okay, what do I remember about this piece and what don't I remember, and like, and then that can give you insight about like what do you find like memorable in pieces and what do you find really likable and like stands out in your mind, because if you remembered it, it must be on some level good, and then you can incorporate that into your own pieces. Anyways, so I've been loving going to the Gregg Museum, super fun. There's a little pollinator garden. I've been kind of doodling out there, working on like some embroidery in the pollinator garden if the weather is good. Why couldn't I remember the word weather? Anyways, it's getting to the end of the video, and that's just to say, I hope you enjoyed my little drawing. I hope you enjoyed my little ranting, I guess, and I hope you have a great week. Call your mom, call your grandma, spend some time with them while they're still around, and just have a lovely week. Make cool art. Have fun doing it. Bye-bye.